It's alive. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, looks like it's time for episode 13 of Quicksilver. As promised, I will read the comments that you guys posted on the previous episode before we proceed. Just doing a little something different this series for fun. See what you shenaniganders have to say. I haven't screened any of these questions, and let's see what we got. Robert Walkman is back. It surely does look good. Nice job. I guess we'll all continue to regret the worn playfield in the pristine cabinet. Yes, very true. But maybe that can be turned around. Imagine the next owner treats it well, unlike me, and then springs for a new playfield after a handful of years. He'll have a gorgeous machine while spreading the cost over some time. Well, you know what? That is quite a possibility. It may happen. Who knows? Like, if under the tree in a few days, Santa brings me a new Quicksilver playfield, well, it ain't going to be a wall hanger, so you never know. John K. says, looking good. Not replacing the playfield is driving my OCD wife crazy. Oh, join the crowd, brother. It's driving probably 97.2% of everyone crazy. It's kind of hilarious. Smitty says, looking good. I guess 14 episodes on this one. Okay, you're on track then. Blue sticker credit button would look fantastic on a different machine. Ah, yes, good call. Red would have looked better. Oh, that would look pretty cool. I don't think they make those, but doesn't mean it couldn't be done. Never say Walmart and boobs in the same sentence. Although, yeah, 98% of the time, that is not a good idea. There's a slight 2% chance that is a good thing, depending on who the customers are at the time. Although the part about signing boobs, that could be fun or traumatizing job as the door greeter. Thanks for filming. You didn't have to do that. So the saying goes on another channel. I don't know that channel. Is that like, what is Joe's Classic Arcades, the Ron guy? He says something along those lines, like, I didn't have to record all this for y'all, but I did it for your entertainment, and I hope you appreciate it and give me a like and a thumbs up. I'm just razzing. I love Ron on Joe's Classic Arcades. He's great. Merry Christmas, everyone. Also, what I say to you is, I appreciate you watching. I'm not sure I understand that sign boobs comment. I gotta read these friggin' AI-generated responses more often. They're hilarious. James Allen says, that's funny. I have a contact in my phone with the last names episode 1, 2. Oh, that's funny. If I went through all my contacts, half of them are, Bob, Star Trek Next Generation, Bill, Lethal Weapon 3. So half my contacts are like that. Papa Sean says, the pop bumpers look like nuclear explosions. I think that is a compliment, so I will take that. Mark Jackson again says, wow, it looks just like a pinball machine now. Yeah, doesn't it? It was like, that was the moment when the playfield went into that cabinet. That was it. And a very nice machine at that. The pop bumper caps look great, as do the spinners and plastics. Dressed for success now. Mike, go get it. Thanks. It's been a long journey to get here. I'm stoked to see how it plays. Painful to watch, not at 2x speed. Ah, there you go. That's the trick, right? There you go. I'll keep that in mind for next time. Oh my God. We got OG Shenanigander Mark Valuk here under the username S next time or SNEX time or SNEX time. I never really took the time to actually try and articulate that. See you in 2025, brother. This is my other account, Mark from Wisconsin. See, I knew that. Yeah, you got your passport in the process, and he's coming up north to visit. And we'll have to give him a tour of the action, the Forked River, the Gracie Garage, the Dimas Arcade. Anyway, we got Damadan says, keep up the good work in videos. Any plans using the Lizzie board for the project? Looks like you have the soundboard add-on for the board you have. Just curious how it works. Yes, turns out that I do have the soundboard add-on. I didn't realize that at first. I made a post to see if anybody knew where or how I could get the wave sound files for Quicksilver, and I have had zero luck with that. So I would like to use the Lizzie board if someone knows how to get these darn wave files and how to add them to the Lizzie board. So that is the roadblock that I'm at the moment. Scott Frazier says he loves the theme song. It rocks. Right on. Yeah. If you don't know, that theme song was not created by me. It was created by Greg Martin, another OG fellow shenanigander. You know, if I was writing a song about myself, I wouldn't be like, I'm gonna kick your ass, I am living like a king. You know, I'm a little more humble than that, but so it's a very catchy, awesome song, and I love it too. And we got Espresso. Whoa. Espresso. I gotta express my articulation and my letters. Espresso. I don't know why I went like Spanish there. Espresso Mechanic TV. If that credit decal was red, another red comment, it would look great, but the blue definitely clashes. The pop bumpers are a real highlight, and the whole thing really looks great. Well, thanks, Espresso. And I think, yeah, that blue credit decal is gonna not go on this machine. Anyway, there's probably more comments on the other episodes, but I think that's good for now. And I just want to get to this friggin' playfield and plug it in and see what happens. So let's do that. All right, this is kind of a big deal. I'm going to plug in all the other connectors from the playfield and see if we have, you know, attract mode and LEDs and controlled lamps and solenoids and, oh, well, I haven't tightened my flipper batch yet, so I probably should do that as well. Oh yeah, you couldn't see that. My flippers are loose. But let's start with connecting the connectors and then go from there. So okay, now that I've done all that, I think I'm gonna unconnect it all because I want to make sure that I'm not going to blow up my new NVRAM Weebly CPU, and in order to do that, I want to make sure that proper voltages are going to the solenoid driver. So I am going to unplug everything, I think, except for, I don't know which connector I need to leave in the solenoid driver, one of those three. So I'm going to do that. And also I noticed missing a couple of these guys, so I got a couple screws and a couple clamps. I'm going to tidy up that wiring there, and then I'll be back with the old multimeter. Okay, I think the top left connector on the solenoid driver board might be the one I want connected. I briefly looked at the schematics, but the ones I have are for, the ones that I have handy anyway are for a different machine that has chimes, and I looked just on the Internet Pinball database for Quicksilver, and it has all the schematics but the solenoid driver. Anyway, I'm just going to turn this on and let's see if anything blows up. Okay, that's a good start. I'll get the multimeter and check some test points. Okay, I just checked voltages with the top left connector connected, got nothing. I put in the other two big connectors, nothing. And then now I'm starting to think that it might actually be the top right, or one of the two rightmost connectors. So do I even have that one available? I don't know. So let me just fuss around here for a bit and see what I can figure out. Okay, so I apparently got a little overzealous and slightly ahead of myself. So, yeah, I do need those two top right connectors, and I'm like, where are they? Are they on the lamp panel? Well, sure enough, they are. Did I say left? I'm on my other left. Here are the two top right connectors for the solenoid driver board. So, they also have another bunch of connectors on this line here. And then ultimately, this connector goes into this connector. These are the display connectors I've got unplugged right now. This is the old Meteor lamp panel. And then we've got this connector here that feeds all the way to the power supply. So I'm gonna have to take a couple steps backwards here before I move forward. First thing I want to do is, well, let's take a closer look here. Pins look nice and shiny, so it does look like someone did repin those. Whether they use trifuricon or not, I'm not sure. That last one doesn't look so hot. So I may repin this connector, but I at least have the lamp panel set up here, so I can plug everything in, and then we'll just have the Meteor lamp panel kind of temporarily, which is kind of exciting. So, maybe in short order we could have this 100% connected and see what happens. But let me just check on this, figure out what I want to do with it, and I'll be back. Oh, on a side note, did y'all listen to the Pinball Nerds podcast, Albert Agar, the latest one on the Poor Man's Pinball Network? I've listened to most of it. I really should start from the beginning and listen to the whole thing. I've listened to like little bits here and there, and I've passed out to him. So I haven't heard the whole thing, but so far it's pretty cool, and I'm on it, so it's even cooler. So you should check that out. Okay, check this out. Also, this connector housing has seen better days. Hey, that does look like trifuricon connector though. It's pretty fugly, it's burnt, it's probably fine, but I don't think I want to live with that. So I'm going to replace this housing. So a little more on the beigey side. So for all you OCD peoples and OCD wives, I apologize, but this connector is not going to be like the others, but I am going to go ahead and repin this, and then we can pretty much plug everything in and test some voltages. Well, we'll plug a couple things in, test some voltages. If they're good, then we plug everything in. Okay, I'm done. That took maybe 15-20 minutes. Oh, and I'm just listening to We Are Pinball podcast with Don and Retro Django, I think you say. That's how you say it. So that is the choice of podcast at the moment. I'm talking about all the sterns going into the vault, which is interesting. Definitely cash grab, as Bruce would say from Slam Tilt. Anyway, as you can see, I pulled up a chair. It was the easiest repinning job ever. So comfortable right here. And have a look at the results here. I think you will be happy. Looks much better. I started pulling out the first pin and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not using the old housing, so I don't even need to go through that trouble. I'll just snip the guys right off. And then that helped me to keep track of where everything went. Let's see if I screwed anything up here. Got the space right there. Looks like all my colors match up. There we go. So much better. All right. I've fed this wire down through the neck. Got it connected now. And also connected the sound, the speaker there. So now I just got to plug this guy in over here. This goes like so. I also had forgot the little key plug in my J3 connector that I just repinned, so I added that, and that's all happy now. Okay, now that those are connected, I'm gonna disconnect these guys. It's on there pretty snug. Gotta be careful when you pull these connectors out. That's how you bend the end pins. You like crank on it, kind of crank down, and the next thing you know, this pin is bent way down. Much easier to do on the 0.100 size connectors too. These 0.156 ones are pretty beefy, so it doesn't happen as much on them. Okay, now I just have power going to the solenoid driver board. Let me grab my multimeter and be right back. Watch his shots and post pass as he kicks you in the ass. All right, I've got the multimeter ready to go. Let's power this on and hope there's no explosions. Oh, I got the switch on in reverse. I must have powered it on when it was off, and then off when it was on, and you know how that goes. So, nothing blew up, that's good. Where's my cheat notes? Oh, look! General illumination on the lamp panel. It's still incandescent, I think. It's gonna get a little hot on that towel, so I'll deal with that later. But yeah, I got another whack of LEDs to install, but that's way down the road once I start dealing with the new lamp panel. Okay, got some cheat notes. There's really only a few voltages. Well, I guess that's not really true. Let's see, solenoid driver board. We got a 5 volts, 190 for displays, another 5 volts, test point 1 and 3. Remember, we tied those 2 points together on the back of the solenoid driver. We have test point 4 is 230, test point 5 is 12, okay? Let's see if we have anything at all. I don't know if you can see this, kinda. Test point, what is that? Test point 1. Get that, 5 volts. Test point 3, should be the same, yep. Test point 5, so 15 volts, that was supposed to be 12. And this, you gotta be careful with high voltage. Test point 2, we got our 246 volts. I might dial that down a bit. And test point 4, also 246. Test point 2 and 4 should not be the same. If they are the same, I think that means we have a blown transistor. Test point 2 is 247. Also 247. I think that is bad news. I think that means one of those transistors. You see these little... Corey Cook taught me this of London Pinball. These little yellow guys, silver guys, right there and right there. I have a feeling one of those is bad, but I think I have them in stock. So I think I'm gonna remove the board and test them with the meter and see what it says. Okay, I did a little more research and asked around, and it does sound like my high voltage section is shot. So I need to check on this transistor, and this one, and also check all these components. Now, I did replace one resistor, I believe, maybe that guy. That one looks a little suspect though, too. So Corey Cook says to check all the resistors, then check the diodes, and then check the transistors in that order. So I'll do that after, because that just means the displays aren't going to work. Well, it means that they'll be on too high of voltage and I could burn them out. So I've got them all unplugged, but I can pretty much do everything else. So I think I'm just gonna roll the dice, plug everything in, and power this guy on and see what happens. So I will be back in 3.5 minutes. Honestly, that was probably pretty darn near accurate. I think that was 3.5 minutes. So other than displays, I literally have everything connected. Soundboard, MPU, solenoid driver, power supply. So I'm going to power on this machine. First thing we're going to look for is smoke, blowing fuses, and the next thing is locked on solenoids. If any of these tip 102s are bad, then solenoid will lock on. So this is the moment of truth here. Zoom out so we can see everything happen all at once here. All right, it's been a long time coming. So without further ado, 3, 2, 1. Got sound. Do we got 7 dings? 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoa, we went right into solenoid test. That's interesting. This is like this is behaving a little weird. It's like I depressed the this button one time, and then it goes through like the everything test. I don't think all the pop bumpers are popping. Let's check on these. Oh, they are. I don't know why this drop target is down. Let's check the drop target banks. They're working. This is pretty good, actually. Other than the fact that it went straight into this test. What is going on? Oh, this solenoid is completely roached. But that's okay, that's just the coin door lockout. Not concerned about that. Let's turn up the volume. Then we can hear. Whoa. Hear the fun sounds. Watch for the knocker. So, how about the slings? They're working. And I saw that kick out. And as for LEDs, we got one out here, one out here. All these are working. I think these are the ones that I had to replace a bunch of sockets. And we got some issues going on here, here, and here. But I think those are all very resolvable. Okay, now let's turn this off and back on. Maybe I need to like unstick these. No, it goes straight into diagnostics. Okay. I'm I'm going to shut that off. But I'm actually pretty thrilled with the results so far. Every solenoid seems to work. I've got a few light bulbs out. The sound works. So I just got to address the coin door situation here, the test buttons. But that is definitely progress, so that's awesome. Okay, I think I found my issue. I thought that this wire was for the lockout solenoid, but both the lockout solenoids wires are still on this piece of the old bobbin. So this must go there, possibly. Let's go on that third lug. So the switch is like currently shorted closed. It's just straight yellow. And this one is yellow red. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. No, that is actually for the slam tilt switch, it looks like. So that is not it, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be my problem after all, but I'm going to muck around in here for a bit and see what else I can figure out. Alright, so I've got the slam tilt switch wired back up, and I got rid of this mess here. Just snipped off the wires and zip tied them right here. Now, if you don't know what the lockout coil does, I think what it does is that in the arcade, if you're at the max number of credits, say it's set to 40 credits, then this thing will like activate, and then it prevents you from sticking in any more quarters, so that you can't over credit it and then get all angry at the machine that you lost your money or something. No, I guess it would just it makes it go from the coin insert straight to the coin return. That's what it does. So it just, that's what it does. And in a home use environment, it's never needed. So it also can rattle and make lots of noise. So a lot of the times you just cut that out of the equation. Did I do that over on my Mystic here, or Magic? Yeah, look at that, same thing. Just snip the wires and zip tied them here, it looks like. So yeah, you don't need those darn lockout coils. But I was chatting with Corey, and he says that these Weebly boards, all the dip switches are just like preset to like one direction, and they will boot up into diagnostics. So I have to go through all these dip switch settings and set it for, you know, Quicksilver. I mean, I already did the game selection over here, but I think I gotta focus on these dip switches. So I guess the booting into diagnostics is just a setting, so that's easily resolved. Okay, I just went through some of the general settings here. Set the game for 3 balls, turned on credit display, match feature, alternate special. I think I made it so that specials are an award and whatnot. So I guess the trick is that if all these dip switches are set to one side, I guess it would be the off side, then boots into diagnostics. So now that those are all set up, we might be in business. Okay, let's try this again and see what happens. I still need to tighten my flipper bats. I do have a ball in my hand, which might be a little ambitious, but let's stick it in, see if it shoots out into the shooter lane if we actually boot up into gameplay here. But here goes nothing. 3, 2, 1. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have a track mode, boys and girls. We are officially booted up. Get another light out. That's the easy stuff though. But there it is. Hey, oh no. What? Only the outer two of these lights are working. What's going on with these guys? Shit, what the hell? Were they working in all test there? Should we go back? Is it this one? Ah, okay. There we go. Ball kicked out. All right, we've got, say, at least 10 light bulbs that I'm gonna have to deal with. That's no biggie. Okay, I'm gonna, oh yeah. That's just kind of a common Stern thing. If you turn it off and on, the soundboard can get a little grumpy, so I'm not too concerned about that. So, I say, let's pretend to play a game. It should be set to free play. So, let's try. Whoa, that's cool. A lot of times I'm playing Quicksilver, it's in a tournament where I can't really hear it all that well. That was another thing I did. I turned background sound effects on. Let's turn those up. If you watch the Frontier video series, I got pretty excited about the cricket sound effects in the background. This is actually pretty friggin' awesome. I'm loving it. Oh, you know what? I discovered something. Check this out. My shooter tip, it's too low. So what I think happened here is that there is a skinny side to this beehive and a thick side. And I think this was just installed upside down, so that I'm gonna have to remedy. Just remove that, swap it, and I'm thinking that should resolve that. So I can't even plunge, and I can't flip, but let's pretend to plunge and see what happens here. Hit like nothing. How did I miss every friggin' pop bumper? I love these sound effects. I didn't even put lube on these spinners yet. Oh, come on! What? Is that locked on? It blows my mind that that's not working. I can't imagine what I did wrong there, but shouldn't be anything too difficult to sort out. Those are working good. So spinner, spinner, slings. You might need some fine tuning, but they're working. In lanes, out lanes. Why are you stuck on that sound? Oh, okay. That'll need an adjusting. That's really stiff. What about these targets? They work nicely. Roll over. This guy. Roll over lanes. Oh, see, that's nice and smooth. There's some rebound targets here. I love these sounds. They're amazing. I never realized how awesome they were. I mean, I heard some of them, but like this noise that's happening right now, I don't think I've ever heard that before. It's freaking cool. Let's drain. We have Quicksilver, boys and girls. I don't love that this drop target's falling back down. I might have to do something about that. Well, I will. Sometimes the little ledges get worn and I need to like just maybe make sure it's a little more, like take a knife to it, make sure it's nice and perpendicular. It could be on a bit of a slant. So definitely a lot of fine tuning to be doing, but this is exciting. This is really coming together now. So the big job is the lamp panel, and I think I will trace out where all the wires go, like the bare wire, and then have that ready to go to bring to Kevin's, and then I'm gonna do some of this fine tuning and see if I can dial most of this in. Okay, I said I was going to do that first, but I don't know, dialing in this machine is just more fun and exciting, so I'm working on it. I did reverse the beehive, so hopefully that solves that problem. And I did resolve this outlane switch being sticky. This rod here, the actuator arm was kind of rubbing on the metal beside it and on the wood, so I just removed it, adjusted it, tweaked it, even dremeled this a little bit, and so this is all happy now. And I just lifted the playfield to figure out what was going on with my pop bumper, and I don't know if you can see that, but that looks like a nice easy fix. My wire managed to find a spot between the two switch blades, so that should be a few issues resolved thus far. All right, let's test these few things out. Start a game here. That's looking better. Let's see if we can actually plunge. Beautiful. How about the right pop bumper? It manages to fall through these lanes without hitting the pop bumpers. There we go. And now, right out lane. Perfect. So it just makes that noise until you hit another switch, eh? Did that on the other side too. And I think this one was a little bit stiff too, wasn't it? No? Okay, that's fine. Okay, just tightened up these flipper bats, and I think I got them aligned very nicely. And I don't think I have much or any ball hops, so I'm pretty happy about that. So first thing I want to do is test them out, see if I wired them up properly, and then check the end of stroke switches and see if they are gapping properly. So, ooh, doesn't need to be so loud and obnoxious anymore. We're in test mode, not having fun mode with turning on the machine for the first time. Here we go. First flip. Right flipper. Let's see what happens. Please, no fuses blow. Oh, that feels really good. And I think that's fine. It's supposed to only really be gapped like 1/8 of an inch, but as long as the flipper is nice and powerful, then I'm okay with that. Okay, left side. How are we doing? They feel really good. Feel very snappy and fresh, as they should. And there's a little bit of spark going on there. Was there spark on this one too? Oh yeah. I could, I guess in theory, put on a spark capacitor on the lugs there, but, you know, preserve the end-of-stroke switches. But I don't know that I will do that. Maybe, we'll see. But I think we can actually flip a couple balls around now. All right, well, this is technically the first playtest game here. First real plunge and first real flips. Oh yeah, I wanted to show a couple things. One is I'm not shy. You know these little pins that go underneath the flippers? I remove them because sometimes they can get in the way of my alignment. I saved them just in case. But I had to remove them on Nugent because they were just too shallow and you couldn't hit the friggin' spinner unless you're on like this super most tippiest part of the flipper. And by that point, you didn't have any power. So I removed the 2 pins and it allowed me to lower the flippers more and align them more properly because they were just way too horizontal. But check this out. No hop and no frigging hop. And alignment-wise, they're like perfect and they just feel so good. Hey, oh, I thought I almost threw it back into the hole. All right, here we go. This is it. First game of Quicksilver. Okay. Oh, I love. Wait a minute. My right in-lane light's not working. Let's try a little bit of shatzage. It's a good rip. Accidental rip. Here we go. Now, we want to rip that. Flippers are feeling good. Aligned well. I'm happy with them. Give it a shot though. Oh. Maple pinball. Shot's usually pretty good. But I am playing Quicksilver in my basement right now. This is actually real. It's real life. I took a... Hey, wait! One of my rollover lights is now working at the top. Somewhere around there. So, do I need to spell letters to light them up? Okay, must just be flaky sockets, I guess. Okay, one light kind of magically resolved itself. Happy with my slings so far and my pops. Definitely happy with my flippers. So I got the right spinner lit. And let's try tap pass. Whoa. Oh, that's game over. I want to just keep playing. Oh, sweet. I thought for sure that was ball 3. I wonder if it's set to 5 balls. I was pretty sure I set it to 3 balls. I don't know. Maybe I just lost track. That's most likely the case. Alright, let's go some drop targets. Crazy angle on these drop targets. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna have to deal with that one drop target. I love that shot where you bank it off the drop targets into the spinner. That's just a great shot. If you can't shats on this game, there we go. What? Did that not register? You son of a... I know I cleaned all the switches, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't register once. It goes on my to-do list. Ooh, my 5X light looks nice. Oh, I can see a bit of the flickering. Well, a bit. I can see a lot of the flickering going on right now. It's because I don't have anti-flicker boards installed. So I need to order some of those, or try and figure out how to get those wave files on the Lizzie board, because the Lizzie board, you know, it's already built in, the anti-flicker. And okay, let's try this tap pass over here. Tap pass. Okay. Gotta go way later. I'm not giving up on this. Well, I lit the left spinner, but I'm trying to shots the left in lane here, people. Post pass? You only get to utilize the spinner once, and then it goes away. Okay. I'm hitting a lot of those drop targets in the top right. I never get up to 5x. That's trouble. Just wanted to test my tilt bob. Did I not tilt? What happened? What the hell is this? Okay, I guess that was just, yeah, I guess that was a tilt and end of game sound effect. I didn't really hear the tilt sound. Okay, well, certainly progress. I gotta clean this switch. And the flippers, they're flipping. It's awesome. Okay. What am I gonna do next? I think I'll try and mess with the all the light bulbs that aren't working. Okay, here's an update on the controlled lamps. There was a bunch of flaky sockets. I kind of just manipulated them to work. So I will have to address them. There's one just real poor socket that I'm going to replace at the very least. Maybe some others. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that comfortably with the playfield installed, but I'll figure it out. I've determined that this, and these lamps are most likely bad transistors. And this one here is the bad socket. But look, I got all my lane guides to work. Other than the one bad socket and the 3 possible SCRs, I think I got every light working. Doesn't mean that the sockets I kind of just twerked are going to be long-term reliable, but at least I know what is socket related and what is lamp driver board related. So I'm going to pull the lamp driver. Actually, what I'll do is test the SCRs, and I'll ground them out, and if these bulbs actually illuminate when I do that, then I know for sure it's those, and then I'll replace those and try and get all the lights going. For whatever reason, the lamp driver schematic is not on the Internet Pinball database. It's close. Like, I was looking for the 75K bonus light, which is the middle green one, which turns out that it is called Super Bonus. And then I'm scrolling, white, black, J3, pin 15, but no transistor number, and it says somewhere like see the other section, but there is no other section. It doesn't exist. Then I remembered that chart someone shared with me, and this came in clutch again. So check this out. Zoom in a little bit more. Bonus 75K. See? Super bonus. They actually put in the 75K, so that's pretty sweet. And you can scroll over and boom, Q20. Then my green 2000 light is out. So that's Q11. And then my 15,000 center drop light is out. That is Q47. So that's what I need to check. All right, you want to come along for this ride? Well, then grab your alligator clips and your sunglasses. Why should I bring my sunglasses, you ask? Well, just so you can look cool, but also maybe your reading glasses. And here's your alligator clips, and then stick a nail on one end, okay? Now we're going to stick one end to ground. Now, find your cheat notes. Where'd my cheat notes go? Oh, they're right here. Okay. Do you remember what the numbers are? Q20. Let's start with that. Right here. I can't remember if it's the right or left leg, so let's try the right leg. And that's supposed to be 75K. Okay, let's go left leg. No? Okay, that might be a connector then. Let's try Q47. I can't find Q47. Let's go to Q11. Q11 here. Now that's supposed to be 2,000. No, let's try the other leg. Let's try the middle. Huh, interesting. Okay, that was very inconclusive, but it could just be the pins on the connectors. I thought in short order we were going to see that test be very successful, but this is crap. Okay, I think I found my problem. It is me, yet again. I mean, it wouldn't be Pinball Shenanigans without lots of failure. So when you are looking at the drop target bank of 15,000, don't scroll over to the right, you big dummy. It's just right here. It's Q49. You wiener. Okay, so our super bonus is actually Q51. And our 2,000 is actually Q29. Q29, not Q11. So there is a lesson in how to read charts properly. Okay, I hope this isn't too painful to watch, but we'll do this one more time. And then, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, Q51. It's right here. That's supposed to be this. Right leg. Left leg. What? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, let's try Q, can't read my writing, Q29. That's supposed to be this. Q29. 28, 25, 26, 29, here we go. Right leg. Oh, it actually, it's kind of ghosting. See that? Maybe that's because it's the wrong leg. Middle leg. Right leg gets it to ghost a little bit. So anyway, I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm not gonna document any more of these shenanigans because I can't take it. Okay, you're not gonna believe this. After all that testing and shenanigans activity, I just couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. I grounded the one leg of the one transistor and boom, all of a sudden the light started working and the other two were just ghosting. So did the old reseating of connectors, and boom, check this out. Come on, camera. Maybe I gotta zoom out for this. Ew, that's worse. Look at that. All three are good. So they were all basically just connector related. No transistors or SCRs were bad. So that's pretty sweet. So just had to reseat the connector. So we're making good friggin' progress here. I think I literally have one light bulb not working now. So I'll deal with the E and be back shortly. Looks like I'm missing a clip here. Well, the old Meteor playfield is coming in handy again. There we go, much better. Less floppy wires now. Obviously a result of whatever that was. There were struggles, there was stupidity, but in the end, we all win. Every single light bulb is now currently working. Right? Do you see anything? No. I think we are good. Look at that, all the lane guides. I did the socket mods to those guys. The E got a new socket. And these guys just needed to be reseated. So it's official. All the light bulbs are dealt with. So the last tweak I can think of at the moment is this drop target falling down. But I think I'm gonna procrastinate on that for now. And maybe I will trace out the wiring for this, and that might be a wrap for this episode. It's probably getting pretty lengthy by now anyways. Alright, got my lamp panel on my little table here. And there's a guy who did a scratch build on Pinside and did a detailed thread on the whole process. So this is extremely handy. This is the braided wire and how everything is supposed to be wired. Hey, the tilt is all alone, all on its own. So I'm just gonna use some pencil and mark down where all these wires go and count the number of sockets that I need and see how many I have. I have some, but yeah, that's my strategy. And then I'll bring this over to Kevin's and staple this shit together. All right, I got it all traced out. Might be hard to see. I labeled it as well, shoot again, match, high score to date. And I've got 100 feet of picture wire, that should do. But I only have 23 of these sockets, and I need a total of 42. So, and according to the old Meteor light panel, pretty much each one of these gets stapled in first, and then the wire goes over top. So I need to source out some lamp sockets, which I should have did a long time ago, before I get this wire stapled. So I'm gonna see if I can muster up something locally, maybe Corey or I don't know. I'll shake the bushes and see what I can find. But that is where I'm going to end this episode. Definite progress, and can't believe I am playing Quicksilver in my basement, and there will be lots more of that to come. So stay tuned, there shall be more.